What did I do? Why is this doing this? There we are. We are live. We are live. I think we are live. Yes, we are. Okay. I think. There we go. Okay, yay. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Linda. Okay. Yes, I see everyone. Awesome. Hope everyone's doing good. It's getting chillier. It was a cold rain earlier when I was out. But the roads weren't bad at all. Hopefully they're not bad where you are. So I'm going to wait just a minute. Looks like there's a little bit of a lag, so we will wait just a second. I think I'm getting ready to sneeze. Oh, goodness. The joys of going outside. Oh, excuse me. All right. Hi, Linda. Okay, we'll wait just another minute. I have a very cute card to show you tonight. It's Valentine week. Crazy how quickly it's gotten here. Hope your team won the Super Bowl. Mine did. I think I could have went to work today, but they wanted us to work from home thinking that the weather was going to be bad, and it wasn't. It was cold, but it wasn't as bad as I don't think they predicted, so hopefully it wasn't for you either. All right, I am going to go ahead and jump in and get started. Today is Tuesday, February the 11th, 2025. And I'm coming to you from the Creative Cove here with DonnaStamps.com. And of course, I do try to go live every Tuesday and Thursday here on my page at 8:30. A couple of quick touch base reminders. First of all, the March Paper Pumpkin is now available to be subscribed to if you aren't already one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. And it is celebrating the 12th birthday of the Paper Pumpkin, and I'm just blown away that it's been 12 years. I have gotten every single Paper Pumpkin from day one, and each one gets better and better and better. And it's neat because around the anniversary time, I am so sorry, around the birthday anniversary, they always do something special, and they are doing that again this year. So this is called Daisy Daydream. It's yellows. It's in a pretty designer box. I'm told that it coordinates with the daisy set that is in the mini catalog, but it's gorgeous. But the fun thing about it is you're going to get an extra stamp set. So you're going to get 2 stamp sets in the March Paper Pumpkin. So if you're not a subscriber and you're interested in trying it, you can try it for 1 month. You can do it consecutively. You can even do a prepaid at 3, 6, or 9 or 12 months. And if you do that, you qualify for a celebration item. But you need to sign up by March the 10th in order to get the March kit. So again, I posted a little link on the page today so you can see a little sneak peek of it and the colors, but super, super cute. In addition, the last chance list has been updated. Some things are already gone. Other things have been discounted yet again, so keep an eye out and check there and make sure you don't miss some of your favorites. My favorite designer series paper that they brought out from the online exclusives, which was the one that was recolored. I was sad to see that it was on there, but it's like $7 for the pack of paper. So it's a great opportunity to grab some of your favorite things before they are gone and, of course, get them at a discount. And people are asking me, can I do online exclusives and Paper Pumpkin and those kinds of things to qualify for celebration? And the answer is absolutely you can. Now, not the individual month-to-month Paper Pumpkin, but like I said earlier, any of the 3, 6, 9, or 12 months qualify you. Anything that's on the last chance list, the mini catalog, or the annual catalog, as long as they total $60 before shipping and tax, you absolutely can use them toward your freebies. Now, of course, we have our little catalog, but on Tuesday, they added 11 more items to that. I posted this little flyer up on the group. These are some things from not only the annual catalog, but also the mini. And there are 2 things that I am so excited about. Number 1, it is the beautiful butterflies. So this right there. That one is the one that coordinates with that awesome hybrid folder. So if you were to purchase items and get that, then all you would have to do is add the hybrid folder to it. So again, gorgeous. But my favorite is that Alpha Alamode alphabet dies, especially for scrapbooking. Wonderful. And it has numbers too. So it's a win-win all around. Now, keep in mind, because these items are featured in a current publication, you do not want to use that number. So if you've placed an online order during celebration, you know that when you go to actually kind of almost check out, but not completely, that's when your celebration items will pop up. And there will be pictures there. So don't include, let's say you want the Alpha Alamode as your freebie. Don't include it on the front order page. Wait till you get to the second page where it asks you for those and use the number specific to it as a celebration choice. But there's little pictures there and you just click on the picture that you want to add as your freebie. But some great additional items there that you can take advantage of. What else? Of course, I keep telling you, don't not take advantage of the starter kit special. I just wish sometimes I could just step back and order it again, because this time is an awesome one, especially with those 2 marker sets and the bonus stamp set, which totals $216 in product for $99. I've already had several take advantage, and I'm so excited to have them be happy shoppers on my team. And if you would like to take advantage, of course, please let me know, and I'll be happy to help you with that. And you get to enjoy your discount until the end of July. So with the new catalog coming out and lots of other things, it's a great chance to be able to take advantage of all those neat little perks. There's also perks that I offer my team members, and so we can take advantage of all of those things right now. So if you have questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. For Club Cove, what did I do with it? I guess I didn't grab it. Registration is open for Club Cove, which is my monthly club to go. You make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, and this month we are featuring for the month of February, we are featuring the mixed florals bundle out of the online exclusives. I actually posted some sneak peeks up on the with the little banner yesterday, so you can kind of get an idea of what those cards look like. But you're going to get enough to make 2 each of 4 designs, a half a pack of designer series paper, a whole pack of gems, a whole bolt of ribbon. So you get a lot to go along with this bundle. So again, it's $30 for porch pickup, $38 if you need me to ship it to you, and I can ship it anywhere in the United States. So if you are one of those who are watching me outside of Louisville, you absolutely can still take advantage of that. As far as events that are upcoming during the month of February, we have we just had our birthday card buffet this past weekend. It was so much fun. We did over 120 cards, I think it was, over the course of the 2 sessions. Now, technically, the February one we just did was our January one because we had to reschedule for snow. So we do have one coming up in March. So it's always, well, let's say it's almost always the second Saturday every other month. So January, March, June, or May, etc. Okay. So keep in mind that's up, and you can register on DonnaStamps.com for that. And you can come either session, 9 to 12 or 1 to 4. Cards are $3 each and include the envelope, and you can make as few or as many of each design as you like. Now, this one coming up is going to be all occasion. So we just finished up birthday. So this one again will be all occasion. So you'll have lots of choices to pick from. The next Stamp-A-Stack is on the 23rd of February. You register by the 17th. That's 16 cards for each of 4 designs for $25 or free with a $40 order. And this will be the last month that I'm doing birthday. So we did birthday December, January, and now February, and then we'll kick off with all occasions and then eventually go into Christmas cards. So keep in mind, those are coming up as well. And then, of course, registration is open for my Creative Escape. This is my spring one. I have a new location. I'm very excited about it. I've been talking about a new partnership that I am doing, and it's all coming together, and I'm very excited. So we're going to be having this at the Jefferson County Extension Cooperative. It is a beautiful building over at Poplar Level and Watterson Expressway. It's called Gardner View Drive. So if you're familiar where the main post office is on Gardner Lane, it's literally 2 blocks from it, closest to Poplar Level, and you can actually see the building from the Watterson Expressway. So it's very easy to get to. There are no steps. It has a gorgeous conference center where we're going to be holding the event. Everybody's going to get their own 6x6 table with a nice comfy padded chair that rolls. So super, super excited. It is from 9 to 6 p.m. So a different time, 9 to 6. The whole day. It is, what did I say? April the 19th. You need to RSVP with payment by April 4th. $50 includes lunch and dinner, giveaways. We have raffles. We just have a fun day. Now, this is not a class that I'm teaching, okay? This is you bring whatever you want to work on and just spend a day with other people who are enjoying just the time away to be able to craft and create. Now, some people do paper pumpkins. Some people do their club coves. Some people come and make cards or other kits they have. Some people scrapbook, some people sew. It's totally up to you. The nice thing about this convention center or conference center is that there's lots of electrical plugs. So if you needed to bring your Cricut or your laptop or your iPad, etc., you're going to have the ability to actually plug those in, unlike we've done before, and not had but limited plugs for everyone to do that. So again, $50. If you sign up within the early bird deadline, which is March the 21st, you don't have to pay. You just have to register and then pay by April 4th. You're going to get $10 in free raffle tickets because we do raffle, and I've got some awesome prizes that we're going to be raffling off In addition, we're going to be doing a card buffet that day as well that is optional so that you can make additional cards while you're there if you like. And again, at that $3 a card. So you'll find all of this information about all of these events up on DonnaStamps.com, and you can register and reserve your spot for any of those. Now, I've been telling you about this partnership with the cooperative, and starting in March, there are going to be 2 monthly classes. One is on the 3rd Thursday of the month at 6 o'clock, and it is a scrapbook class, which we will be making 2 12 by 12 pages. It's $30. It includes everything you need except for your favorite adhesive, and you're going to go home with lots of supplies left over and lots of other ideas. And then on the 4th Thursday of the month, starting in March, we will be doing can't remember what I called it, but it's simple card class, for lack of a better word. You're going to make 4 gorgeous cards using lots of different techniques and products. And that class is $25, I believe. But again, I have all this information up on DonnaStamps.com, and I will be posting those flyers here on the group as well with links to register if you're interested. I'm so excited about this. The young lady that I'm working with is just so excited and so fun. And it's going to be a way for me to be able to support not only the extension office, because here in Louisville, they don't get any funding from the state like most of the other counties. So this is a win-win for both of us, and they have a lot of ladies that are excited to be taking these classes. So we're going to be able to do some wonderful things with the extension office, because they in turn will turn around and be able to fund and support a lot of different organizations out in our county. So again, you can check out all of that information up on my website. Now, I always do a drawing for the project that we did on our last live. Hello to anyone I haven't said hello to. Hi, Linda McFarland. Hi, Stella. Hi, Mary. Hi, Ray. Welcome. Glad you are here. My train of thought just went, oh, no, I know what I was talking about. Make sure you say hello and let me know you're here, because when you comment, I put your name into a drawing, and that someone is going to win the project that I did on our last live. And this is the card that is going to be given away. I love this fun fold. I love this paper, but it looks like this. And of course, you can always go back if you didn't see the live. You can always watch any of my Facebook lives. I save them indefinitely. So you can go back, click on videos, and it'll pop up, and you will be able to see exactly how to do it. If you are new and you haven't been watching for long, or this is your first time, make sure that you go up to the top in the features and click the link to join my customer page. That is called the Creative Cove with Donna Stamps. And over there, I post extra pictures and all the supplies and measurements that you need for every single live. So again, you don't have to write things down. You'll find all of that over there, and you can refer to it at any time. So have everybody's name in the hat, and let's see who is going to get this. This is going to go to Linda Owen. So Linda, I think I know how to find you. I'm sure I will see you on Sunday. I will bring that to you. Now, if you share my video, which I greatly appreciate, please type the word shared in all capital letters, and your name is going to go into a separate drawing, and I will send the winner a stack of cards from my stash. So let's see who is going to get that. That's going to go to Tracy Conrad. So Tracy, I have your information. In fact, I think I have some things here for you. So I'll add that to it and get those to you shortly. All right. You're so glad I'm on here, Linda. Hi. Glad you're here. You usually catch me on the replay, so I'm glad you're here live. Okay, and then of course, when I put the camera down, you are going to see the host code for the month of February. Make sure that if you place an order that is $35 or more in my online store, that you use the host code, because you will receive a thank you gift from me. I always send out a little embellishment. And this month it is these high profile dots. Now I promise it'll be a full pack, but I am loving these gold and petal pink dots, and they match so many things so beautifully. So you will get those. Now, again, as a reminder, if you also haven't had an opportunity to go over to my online store and set up your account, please do that sooner than later, because as I've been telling you, April 15th, our brand new rewards program starts. And anyone who places a qualifying order of $20 or more is going to earn rewards. So typically right now, when there are events, only the host gets the hostess credits to use toward free product, etc. But moving forward, as of April 15th, anyone who places an order will get 10% deposited into their bank. Now you have to set up an account so that Stampin' Up! Knows where to deposit those rewards. And the cool thing is you can use those at any given time in any increment. And demonstrators can actually gift rewards between demonstrators, but we can also gift them to you. So from time to time, I will be doing different specials and things, and I'll be gifting rewards as well. So make sure that you set up your account. If you have any trouble, let me know. You can still call me and I'll place orders for you. You don't have to do everything on the online store. You can still text or email me these, but in order to get the credits that you'll get to spend later, you need to have that account. So if you have questions, just let me know. All right, enough talking. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down, and then we are going to jump in. Thank you all for sharing. I greatly appreciate that. 1 second. We'll put the camera down. Hopefully we'll be straight. I can tell we're not in the center. Let me move a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right. Look a little crooked too. All right. You are going to love how quick and easy this little fun fold is. So we are going to be using a stamp set out of the online exclusives. This is called Spring Corners. And you are going to love everything that you can do with this bundle. It has some awesome words that you can use in the corners. You've got double fonts. You've got some little images. But you also have this awesome die set. Let me turn it this way. And these will actually cut out and do various things in the corners. So you've got little elements here. This was actually my Club Cove for January. The cards are gorgeous. We're actually making one similar to one that was included in this January's club, but I don't want to show the cards because several of you are on here and I want you to be surprised. But trust me, you are going to love, love, love this bundle. But this little daisy cuts out. You have all these little corner elements. You have balloons. You have a sun. You have hearts galore. And then, of course, it cuts out all those little elements that you can stamp. So fun, fun bundle. It's photopolymer. And again, I just love how these all come together. And you'll be able to see that as we work with it. So we are going to start with a piece of Calypso Coral. This is 1/4 of a sheet of cardstock. So you can actually make 4 cards out of 1 sheet of cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You need a second piece of Calypso Coral. This one is 2 1/2 by 8 1/2. So again, a strip you can make 4 out of. So 4 cards will be made out of 2 pieces of cardstock. Okay, so again, 2.5 by 8.5, scored in the half at 4 1/4. You need a piece of basic white for your inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. We are going to use some DSP that I haven't used in a while, and I always kind of forget about it. But if you don't know, each one of our color families, including, of course, neutrals, has their own pack of 6 by 6 designer series paper. It's got some adorable patterns in here, but it's in every color that is in that color family. So this one is from the Subtles. And you've got your stripes, you've got different little elements. So we're going to be using this pack of paper. It's wonderful because it's so easy to coordinate everything with that color family. So you need a piece of DSP. This is 2 1/4 by 4. You need another one that is 2 1/4 by 1/2. A piece of basic white that's 2 1/4 by 4. And then you need a scrap of white that you're going to do some additional stamping and die cutting on. Okay, so I'm going to lay that over there, and I'm going to lay this over here, and we're going to start by doing some of our stamping. So we need all 3 of these basic whites. Okay, let me bring in a much loved piece of grid paper. And our colors of ink are going to be Memento Black, Lost Lagoon, and Old Olive. Now, I've been telling you about this thing I was going to try. This is your standard Memento Black ink pad. And this one is the one we've all been accustomed to using. Of course, it has a kind of a cotton with a screen over it, and you almost have to press and tap kind of hard to pick up the ink. Plus, the stamping surface is very small. So if you have bigger images, sometimes you have to turn the image down and stamp on it like this, or ink on it, in order to cover. Well, I finally tried a trick that one of my teammates showed me, and that was to purchase the empty white craft pad. It comes with a white refill, but you can actually put your Memento ink in it, like that. Okay, just put your re-inker on there and then use a spoon or a bone folder to move it around. And now you have a lot larger surface to be able to stamp. I'm finding I'm getting a crisper image from it because it is our foam pad. It does have a little bit of a learning curve because if you're so used, like I am, to using this pad and you have to stamp a little, or, you know, tap a little harder to pick up good coverage, you don't have to do this, because with this pad, it is exactly like all the other pads. So give this a try. Again, it is the uninked white craft pad, and then you just put your Memento marker or refill down on the inside. Okay. This is our inside piece, and I am going to start first with the sentiment, and this is going to say, wishing you an amazing day. And again, you can see that I can kind of pick this up and cover it, but it's bigger than my stamp pad. It's just better size, like I said, and I am barely touching this, okay? But I'm getting a lot of nice coverage from it, okay? And again, it's our photopolymer stamp set. Now, when you have your glass mat, you don't necessarily have to use the foam stamp mat, but we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. It is a game changer, Bonnie. I can't believe it took me this long to jump on that bandwagon. And there we go. So you can see just how nice and crisp the coverage is. So we're going to do that. Then I have this little balloon image. Now what we want to do when we are doing this, I am going to use a whole piece of white You could, and we'll see this when we get it. I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. It helps me with placement. But you could cut this down and use a smaller piece if you like. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to take my little balloon image, and again, I'm barely going to tap because we don't want to pick up a ton of extra ink, okay? And I am going to stamp my balloons down toward the bottom. So I'm basically cutting off part of the strings because I want them to kind of look like that they're coming up off of it. Now I'm going to lay that aside for a second. And then on my spare piece, I am going to stamp my balloons 2 more times. And I want the whole thing. Okay. I'm just going to do 2 more. Okay. So that's all the balloons I need. And then on this little piece, I am going to use the happy birthday. And again, light touches. It blows me away how much nicer it stamps. And then I'm just going to do is put happy birthday right there. Okay, I'm known to wear Memento ink, so I'm going to go ahead and close that up. Move those stamps out of the way. And then on here and on here, I want to use this little confetti stamp. Let me grab my cleaning mat real quick. And I'm going to start with Lost Lagoon because the colors of my card are going to be Lost Lagoon, Old Olive, and Calypso Coral. So I'm going to take my little confetti and I just want to add some confetti around my balloons here and then on the top here. And this just kind of fills in and takes away some of that harshness. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean it on my chamois. Yes, this is a well-loved chamois and it works. You don't have to replace it just because it has ink on it. Okay, I just take it and I keep it, of course, in a case. I love that it keeps it moist most of the time. If I don't use it often, it does dry out. But all I have to do is take it and put it under some warm water, wring it out, and then pop it back in the case, and it's ready to go whenever I need it. So I've got that cleaned off. I'm going to grab my Old Olive, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add some Old Olive confetti. Whoops. Just like that. And then over here on this one, we will add some just like that. All right. So that is all the stamping that we're going to do. Now I want to do some quick coloring. Where did that go? Let me go ahead and clean that also so I'm not wearing it. And then I'm going to grab my blends. And again, these are the 3 light colors of each. And I am going to do some quick coloring with all. So I'm just going to start here with Calypso Coral. And I'm going to color in each of the balloons. And what I want to do is kind of alternate them a little bit so that I am not having the same color in the same position. So we are going to do these. Whoops. Okay. And then we have Lagoon. And we're going to do, where's my brush tip? I'm going to do Lagoon on the top of this one. I love this color combination. And then we'll do this one. Now there is a coordinating die to cut these out. I'm not going to make you watch me die cut them. I've already done them off camera, but I want to just let you see the colors. Okay. And then green. You could use your fine point for this. I find that when I'm doing solid images like this, that my brush tip is a little bit easier. But also notice I'm not coloring up and down. I'm actually coloring from the side of my brush. And that way it's going to make it last a little bit longer. Because if you do straight down, you're actually going to break that little nub. Now, I also will turn it so you can kind of see. I'll color a little bit. And then I kind of flip it in my hand just so that as I'm coloring, I am not using the same side of that point every single time. Okay. All right, so there is our colors. Hi, Norma. So now there is our little balloons. I have gone ahead and die cut them. So we have all of those done and ready to go. Love this. So cute. Okay, so now we can do our assembling. So let me see. The first thing, I need to find my little silicone mat. There he is. And I need some adhesive. That's important. There we go. All right. First thing I'm going to do is add some adhesive across the bottom here. Maybe. There we go. Add this little piece. I always like to cut it a tad bit longer because it's easier to trim off versus have to try to make it work, right? So I'm going to trim that off. And you will notice also I have 2 different pairs of scissors. And I always tie a little piece of ribbon on that. That way, I only use these for ribbon. And the reason I do that is because cutting paper, getting it sticky, etc., will actually cause your ribbon to fray. And we don't want that to happen. So this way, we can work with that and keep it right where we want it. Okay, so now I'm folding this little half card in half, and we are going to add this to the inside. And again, when you use the silicone mat, I think it's a game changer too, but not only does it protect your surfaces from adhesive, you can also use it in other ways, like to do reverse imaging and stuff like that. So we'll get around to playing with that too. Okay, I got a little bit of adhesive right there. Let's take that off. Okay, so that's done on the inside. On the front side, we're going to add our other piece of designer series paper. And if you have trouble with this, just take your finger and kind of pull it towards you a little bit and it'll get started again. I find that by holding it this way, I'm doing better than if I was trying to pull it all the time. If I use it from the side, being left-handed or right-handed, that it just comes out for me better. And now that I figured that little trick out, I am really loving our seal. Was not a fan in the beginning, but I've come over to the good side, right? Okay, so that makes up our little card here. Go ahead and burnish that again. Now I'm going to bring in our piece of, oh, thank you, Linda. I'm glad you like this. So I'm going to bring in this little piece, right? And we're going to add our layer right here, just like that. So just as if we were putting a layer on the inside of our card, we are doing kind of the same thing here. Oops, get off there. Okay. Now, I want to make sure I leave a nice border all the way around. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and flip it over. And you want to add, whoops, you see why you need your silicone mat? Because if you get ink or adhesive on your grid paper or your glass mat, it'll prevent it from happening. So I'm going to put extra on here just because this is going to be moving, okay? Now what I want to do is make sure it's going to open from the bottom. And then I'm going to line it up over here with that piece of the edge of the white, okay? So I don't want any white to show on that side. And I'm going to butt it flush up. Make sure I did it right. Yep. Flush up. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Now I am going to go ahead and burnish this a little bit. Just so that I know that it adheres. Okay. So that's way now you can see it helps you. You could just make this piece a little bit wider, but this will help you to get that placement right where you need it, okay? Now I've noticed I got a little bit of adhesive right here. So I'm gonna grab my little eraser and pick that up. So this is the start, okay, of our card. All right, so next, I want to take my little balloons and I am going to put them here on the front. This one, I'm going to put flush. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to the balloons themselves. I'm not putting any on the stem. I am going to put some just about right there, but I'm not going to put too much. And then I'm going to add that right here. Okay. Then on the other one, I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to add those right here. Just like that. Grab my picky tool. Now, I find that as long as my card is what's the word? Oh, I did this opposite of what I wanted to do. Oh, well, it's okay. As long as my card is anchored, it makes adding ribbon to it a lot easier. So I do not take my ribbon off the spool. I always pull it out longer than I need it. And that way I can wrap it around and adjust to how much I need or don't need. So we're going to add ribbon. And I want that ribbon, and I'm not going to adhere it yet. I am going to add a glue dot to it after. But I want to go ahead and tie it. Okay. And I'm just going to make a knot. Not a bow. Okay. And I'm going to turn it. And then I like to put my fingers up underneath each side of the knot, lift up a little bit and pull, and then you see that your ribbon will lay a little flatter, especially your tails. You also notice I'm tying upside down because when I tie upside down, it makes my tails go the direction that I want them to go. Okay, now I want these fairly short. So we're going to go ahead and trim these off about like that. Okay. And then I am going to grab a glue dot. I can smooch this where I want it. So I want to shift it just a tad. So it's right where I need it to be. And then I'm going to use my little pokey tool. You can use your U-Pick tool if you have one. And I'm just going to add a glue dot right there and stick my bow in it. And that way my bow won't go anywhere. Okay. I'm not going to add it to the back. The front should be sufficient. Let me get that straight. There we go. You could one. Oh, I'll just go ahead and do but you don't have to. But if you want it to hold tight and not shift, this is how you can do it. There we go. All right. And then we're going to finish it off with some of these. They are called the Ombre Matte Decorative Dots, and you'll notice they have all the colors in it, okay? So I'm going to use a couple of different ones. So I am going to start with a green one up here, and we will do this one. And then I'm going to debate. Okay, I can't see that one down there, so I am going to add a darker, larger, yeah, okay. And then one more thing is I am going to bring in my Wink of Stella, and I am going to only color one balloon on each bunch so that it looks like a Mylar balloon. You could easily color all of them if you want. I'm just going to do one of each. Come on. There we go. I think I need a new Wink of Stella. There we go. And there is your card. And then it just lifts just like that. So you can still sign. You could even put a piece on the back if you wanted to write more. But how fun, right? And quick and easy. So 4 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. Okay, if you are in Club Cove and you don't want to see this card, don't look. But here is the one we made in Club Cove. And again, gorgeous color combination. And again, just the exact same card. I just changed up the colors. So super cute. Love this whole color combination. And our whole Club Cove was this. So once everybody gets their kits, I'll show you the rest of the cards. But again, super fun. All right. So that is your card for tonight. I will have all of the measurements, like I said, and additional pictures up on the Creative Cove here shortly. If you have any questions about it, let me know. You can do so much with this little fold. You can change up the paper. If you didn't want to put designer series paper here, you could easily emboss a piece to put there. You could do flowers. You could even use some of our ephemera packs and decorate your card that way. But super fun. And again, this is a hidden gem, I think, in our online exclusives. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. If you need anything as well, feel free to reach out. And I will be back on Thursday for our regular time of 8:30. Thanks so much for being here. Stay warm, and I will see you then. Bye-bye, everyone.